the block. Moving forward to disbelief and outrage over a slap on the wrist sentence given to that former astronaut accused of attacking her romantic rival. You remember Lisa Nowak. Who could forget her? She's the former NASA captain who apparently went bonkers when her boyfriend broke up with her and started seeing another woman. Cops say Nowak suited up in a diaper so she could drive nonstop for 1,000 miles from Houston to Orlando International Airport in a plot to attack the other woman, Colleen Shipman. Nowak's defense team disputes the whole diaper story, by the way. Nowak also wore a wig and a trench coat, followed Shipman to her car, and then sprayed her with pepper spray. Hours ago, Nowak copped a plea, and guess what she got? She got a year's probation for this attack. The judge gave her 2 days in jail and 2 days credit time served. So you do the math. That spineless sentence came on the heels of this gut-wrenching, and I mean gut-wrenching, victim impact statement.
Shortly after I turned 30 years old, Lisa Nowak hunted me down and attacked me in a dark parking lot. Her attack was part of a well-researched, well-planned, and deliberate crime. Now, almost 3 years later, I'm still reeling from her vicious attack, and I'm still trying to put my life back together.
Colleen Shipman was not shaken for long. Moments later, she was seething with anger.
I knew in my heart when Lisa Nowak attacked me that she was going to kill me. It was in her eyes, a blood-chilling expression of limitless rage and glee.
Now, wait till you hear and see Lisa Nowak's bizarre apology. We have so many clips to analyze from today's hearing, and I know you will have an opinion, so give me a holler. What do you think about this sentence? Straight out to my experts, Ken Seeley, interventionist, addiction specialist, Darren Kavanaugh, criminal defense attorney, legal analyst for The Insider, and our own voice of reason, and Steve Helling, staff writer with People.com. Steve, your article at People.com about this jaw-dropping sentence also includes reader comments. What exactly are they saying?
Well, people can't believe how light the sentence was, especially after hearing the as you called it, the gut-wrenching testimony of Colleen Shipman, and then a year's probation. It didn't seem to add up.
It's an outrage. I will say that myself personally. I watched this. I saw this victim crying and saying her life was destroyed. She's the one who had to leave the military. This one is still unbelievably on active duty at a naval base in Corpus Christi, Texas. What's that about?
That will probably change now that there is a guilty plea. The Navy was waiting to see what was going to happen, and now they know. So disciplinary action should come soon.
I don't get it, Darren Kavanaugh. I mean, this just doesn't seem fair. This woman, the victim, described in detail how she was terrorized. She felt that Lisa Nowak was out to kill her, and she doesn't even do... This is what's wrong with our criminal justice system, is there's no rhyme or reason to it. It's arbitrary and capricious. This guy, this judge thinks this woman is, she looks remorseful to me, therefore I'm going to let her go without any jail time.
No, there is rhyme and reason to it. Ultimately, good deals for defendants are obtained for one of two reasons. Either the defendant is a stellar human being, and certainly that it could be a factor here, or there's some risk of loss for the prosecution. And the defense lawyer did an excellent job of chipping away at the evidence in this case, challenging the admissibility of statements that Lisa Nowak made the night that she was initially interrogated, challenging the evidence that was obtained as being illegally confiscated.
Oh,
so it's exactly those things that create the risk of loss. And now, hang on a second, Jana. I will have to say this, if we can be allowed a little bit of levity.
Well, you're going to have to wait till after the break. We're going to have more of your opinion and mine in a moment. And I want to hear from you.
I'm glad to have this opportunity to apologize to Ms. Shipman in person.
Why don't you turn and face Ms. Shipman when you do this?
I'm glad to have the opportunity to apologize to you, Ms. Shipman, in person. I am sincerely sorry for causing fear and misunderstanding and all of the intense public exposure that you have suffered. I hope very much that we can all move forward from this privacy and peace.
Is it me, or does she have some kind of a smirk? And take a look at this. This is her in 2007, her mugshot after her arrest. Whoa. What a character here, Ken Seeley. Is this woman simply an addict and she was addicted to a man as opposed to a drug? This guy was her drug?
Jane, that's exactly the same symptoms that I deal with in my private practice every day. These are the extremes that people do. What I'm seeing in this case, though, the problem is the faulty system once again. What's going to happen when we're back here and she does commit that crime that woman was so fearful from, and she does commit that crime, and we say, oh, we should have held her accountable and monitored her. She needs some kind of treatment. Probation, we all know what that is. Nothing.
Right.
I see people every day that are loaded.
Darren Cavadoki, what if she does
Ken,
it again?
I'm sorry. Hang on. Ken, hang on one quick second here. There's a significant legal dispute about exactly what kind of harm befell that victim, and this is something that her lawyer was advocating zealously about, that there was a significant fight about whether or not she'd actually been harmed by this pepper spray in the first place. There was a real conflict in the evidence. So
whoa,
I don't
wait
know
a second,
that
wait
any
a
of us
second.
are in a more dangerous position tonight
This
because
woman
Lisa
says
Nowak
that
isn't
her
behind
life
bars.
was destroyed, that she has had nightmares. I mean, this woman that you're looking at here, the victim, says her life has been shattered by this.
Yes.
Mary Ann, New York, your question or thought?
Great.
Hi, Jane. How are you?
Good.
I'm a great fan of yours, but Jane, I have a disagreement with you.
Okay.
We just saw the three boys that attacked that young man who's going to be disfigured permanently for life.
Yeah.
His scars are never going to go away. He does have a life sentence. The fact that you're upset that these kids might spend the rest of their life in jail does not make sense to me.
Well, Mary Ann, let me just say this. Look at the disparity. This is another case that happened in Florida, and this woman here is not going to jail for 1 day. Now, admittedly, the woman didn't suffer physical injuries. She suffered a lot of other injuries, and she could have hurt her. I mean, what if the woman had put the pedal to the metal because she was hit with pepper spray and slammed into a wall? Steve Helling, what do you make of the disparity? This is the problem. Everything seems so arbitrary and capricious in how these people are sentenced.
Well, it's hard to say because you know that Colleen Shipman, when she was testifying, she was really pushing for a hard sentence, and ultimately that didn't happen. And there's so much wiggle room in the law of how much time that these defendants can get, and we might have seen a different result if it was a jury that was voting on something rather than a judge.
Very, very good point. It was one man's opinion. Thank you, fabulous panel. You're watching Issues on HLN.